Hello, you're welcome back to the third module, which is unlocking your genius self, and this is the third video, which is the last of this module. In the last two videos, I have pinpointed what it is to be a genius. You see, we can talk about a genius in three different phases. The first one is the traditional definition of a genius being someone that has high cognitive ability, or you say someone that has enough knowledge that is there to have about a subject or a particular matter. Then also, I also mentioned that a genius is someone that is able to stay true to who he is. That's someone that starts with self-discovery and live the fullness of his life in the trueness of who he has discovered himself to be. And thirdly, a genius is someone that is able to stay true on a course and achieve that which he has set his mind at. So these three definitions of being a genius is what you should aspire to be. So in this module, unlocking your genius, I'm going to be telling you in this particular video 4 things that you need to do to reinforce your genius. See, at this point, if you have agreed with those 3 definitions of a genius that I gave earlier, you are on the path to live a genius. Then these 4 things will help you reinforce, will help you bring out the trueness of that genius. And the first thing that you must do to unlock and to fully manifest your genius is you must embrace growth and development. See, there has been a lot of words around education, around developing, around growth. He used to say that the moment you stop learning, that's the moment you die, right? So for you to live your genius, you must be someone that is constantly yearning for growth and development. You must be someone that is always adapting, someone that is always developing, someone that is always learning, someone that is always renewing his skills. So around that thing that you've discovered in the first module, second module, and now about yourself that you believe is what you should live your life for, start gaining knowledge around it. Start learning new things, how to do things around that particular thing. Learn soft skills. Go for certifications. See, the first definition of a genius is someone that has enough knowledge that is to have about the subject, right? Then embracing growth and development will help you become that person that knows all there is to know in that your industry. If you have decided to be a musician, then this is the time for you to start learning about the basics of music. You see, there are several people in the world of music that do not have the basic understanding of musical notes, octaves, learning instruments. So if you really want to live in your genius, you must start by learning, by knowing, discovering everything there is to discover around that thing you want to live for. This is something that will help you unlock your genius. See, the more you know, the more you can give. The more you know, the more you can do. And you can never give what you don't have. So start gaining knowledge. Start developing yourself. Start improving on your skills around that area. The next thing you should do in unlocking your genius self is that you must form positive habits. See, this is where you need to key into intentionality. It is the intentional, the one that lives intentionally, that actually is a genius. You see, the second definition of being a genius is discovering your true self and living in the trueness of that self that you discovered. So you must harness the power of intentional living by forming positive habits, daily habits. You see, it was Charles Duhigg that said in his book that everything is about habits. Everything is about habit. There's something so exceptional about successful men, about men of recon, than the fact that they are able to form positive daily habits. You can actually make your life simpler by forming habits, positive habits. So if you're going to unlock your genius, if you're going to live in the trueness of your genius, you should form habits. See, you must have read about several of what millionaires, people used to talk about them in several places. I read 5 books in a month, I do this. Those are habits. Some say they wake up 5 a.m. in the morning, they first do yoga, first do exercise, first meditate, I first read at least 2 chapters every morning. Those are habits. See, you must do things that are in trueness of your true self. Form them into habits, things that you know you do daily. That way you will successfully make your life simpler and assure yourself of success. See, Sam Adeyemi used to say something. Reverend Sam used to say that life is actually based on principles. There are things that you will do and then you are assured of the result. He said success as template, success as principles. There are things that you will do that you are assured. It's just like you are assured that if you bury a viable seed in the soil, it will germinate. That's principle. It is sure. So if you form positive habits, you can be guaranteed of living a life of fulfillment. So to live your genius, you must form positive habits that reinforce that which you want to do with your life. The third thing you should do to unlock your genius self is you must remove distractions. In the last video, I talked about things that kill our genius, and one of it is comparison. See, comparison is a force of distraction. You get swayed by what another person is doing, and before you know it, you forget about your race, and it starts focusing on the unnecessary, what doesn't actually concern you in the first place. So for you to live your genius, you must be able to have laser focus on your journey. Have laser focus on your journey. This is also the part of defining a genius as someone that can stay true on what he wants to do. You can put your mind to it, put your attention to it, and direct your energy to it. You see, a converging lens will burn a paper when it converges the ray of the sun. See, it is focus. It converges the rays into one singular point that has enough energy to ignite a paper. So when you learn to focus, to exterminate all distractions, see, you've come to this world to live a life that is personal. Your race, your journey is yours and yours alone. So the more you stop focusing on other people's journey and start focusing on yours, the better and the easier it's become for you. So to live your genius, the third thing you must do is you must remove distractions and focus on your path. And the last thing you need to do to unlock your genius is you must take action. Action. See, there is so much talk about avoid distraction, form habits, and what have you. But if you don't get to do, then you won't get to improve. So get to the action. See, you've gone through the first module, you have discovered yourself, you've highlighted your strengths and your weaknesses. You've gone through the second module, you've let go of things that have held you bound. Now you are learning things you need to put in place to fully live your genius. Then get to do, get to action. There are things that you need to put to work. You need to start planning, start deciding, okay, this is what I've decided to do, this is feasibility studies around it, and this is how I'm going to start. This is why you need to watch the next module, which is about launching forth. This is where you take your feet out of idleness and you plunge into action. Now for this third module, the assessment is going to be around one of the 4 things you need to do to unlock your genius self. Remember, I mentioned 4 things, and one of those 4 things is about forming positive attitudes. So for the assessment of this third module, you will be writing 5 habits that you believe will reinforce that thing that you want to do with your life. You must have by now have a good understanding of that which you want to do with your life. So write out 5 habits that you believe will help you to unlock your genius in that thing that you want to do. So do that in a Word document, or you send it as the content of the mail, as many of you have done in the first assessment and probably in the second assessment as well. So do that, and then ensure to stay true to the last module of this program. Till another time.